Hey everyone, my name is Noe Alonzo and I'm your dance professor here on YouTube. These are my cats. Today we're going to be going over another Q&A question. This one was a question that was left in my comment section here on YouTube. I'm not going to leave the name of the person because I feel like that's kind of annoying. But my question is, what is the difference between East Coast swing and West Coast swing? So primarily, the difference between West Coast and East Coast swing is the name. That's it. Secondly, the difference between East Coast and West Coast swing is the influences that brought those two styles up. So if we look at what West Coast swing is today, what we think East Coast swing is, one, there's a laxity in in West Coast swing, and the type of East Coast swing that I'm used to, there's a type of uptightness that comes just generally along with ballroom style dancing. So there's a completely different showmanship element in between the two. I feel like West Coast swing has a lot more freedom in just dancing in general, as well as being able to dance as your own individual dancer versus dancing purely in partnership. I feel like as the follow, I feel like there's a lot more freedom. As the lead, I feel like I need to let my lady do what she wants to do, and then as soon as there's a change, I can change what we're doing, and then I let her roll. Versus in ballroom traditional, there is a heavy influence of pure lead and follow, which is okay. And especially in the beginning of everybody's dance journey, pure lead and follow needs to be understood as a baseline. Pure lead and follow across like salsa, social dance ballroom, and swing dancing. There's a baseline that beginner level dancers need to understand. And everybody has a different take on it, and everybody has like, oh well, this is our bronze level, this is our beginner level, this is our 101 level. All of those are relatively the same. However, they don't encompass everything. Everybody everywhere does not encompass absolutely everything at the beginner level, because there's too much for any one person to know. And that's why I say I'm the dance professor, because my profession is the fact that I know that there is way too much. And for anybody that's been in the dance business for very, very long, there is way too much to know for one person to say that I'm a professional in this general style of dancing. Because even in that general style of dancing, let's say competitive dancing, that could mean kids competitive, that could mean ballroom competitive, that could mean salsa, cha-cha-cha, and bachata competitive. And as well as like, let's just throw in there solo jazz competitive. Those are all so different. And I feel like as a dance instructor, there is no way in the wide world of sports that I could know absolutely everything. However, the only thing that I can do as a dancer and a dance enthusiast, as well as a dance instructor, is continually build my own knowledge So that way it trickles down to the people that learn it first for the first time. Which is why I'm creating my beginner level one-on-one classes. My beginner level one-on-one classes for everything I'm doing on here on YouTube. I'm testing out things. I'm trying to figure out what I think end result wise is something that everybody should know for these particular styles of dances. Understanding the difference in between East Coast and West Coast swing. East Coast swing is, I feel, like a derivative of jitterbug. Now, both East Coast and West Coast swing start off as 6-count patterns. Now, the difference in between those two types of patterns is that they are both, in essence, spot dances. They don't travel. Slot dances are slightly different. You can say that West Coast swing is a slot dance, but at the same time, you can also say that East Coast swing is a slot dance without rotation. So that's a whole thing in itself. With rotation, East Coast swing can be considered a spot dance. However, there are just so many different patterns. Both dances have 6-count patterns, 8-count patterns, 10-count patterns, and 12, 14-count patterns, and even further and beyond. So if we're taking from 2021, what East Coast swing is, it's predominantly influenced by ballroom dancing. Now, ballroom dancing in its essence is showmanship. It is partnership to a T. It is storytelling to an extent. Whereas West Coast swing, ultimately at the end game, because in the fundamental level, East Coast and West Coast swing come from Lindy Hop. Lindy Hop was the thing about 100 years ago for everybody to dance. So in dancing Lindy Hop, it's generally like both of these two dances don't look anything like what it was before. Lindy Hop was its own significantly different dance. However, someone back in the day decided to create a 6-count pattern this way as in a slot, and someone decided to create a 6-count pattern this way in a spot. So someone that rotates in a singular spot and a rotating slot dance that kind of like salsa. Salsa in itself is a slot dance or a slot or a spot dance because it doesn't travel around the room. However, baseline, everybody understands that the progressive basic in salsa mambo is kind of the standard basic when you see film interpretation of salsa mambo. Same diff. But as a dancer that knows all of these, it's the same thing. It's just expressing whatever the basic characteristic of that dance is. Do you see this lazy guy? Do you see this lazy guy? Oh my God. West Coast swing, I feel, is based off of everybody that wants to rebel against the norm. Everybody that wants to express. Now, in expression, I feel the same way I feel about ballet and modern. There's a rebellion that needs to happen, and the rebellion is usually an incorporation of undulation and African movement, which in itself is it's a type of dancing to express to music, because like for some music you just feel like wiggling in place. You just feel like using the space that you have in order to like express what you feel the music is creating. Like ballroom dancing and sometimes ballet was made for the stage versus West Coast swing and modern style dancing, which was created out of feeling and rebellion against the type of dancing that was seen in the day that it was created, because modern dancing was created out of rebellion of ballet and structured forms of dancing that didn't incorporate ethnic styles or tribal styles of dancing. So that's the way I interpret how these two divides are. Is it 100% accurate? No, not necessarily, but that's just the way I see it as a classically trained dancer that turned ballroom dancer. It's all the same. It's all just the two sides of the same coin. That's my take on it. Stylistically, I'll come out with another video that shows you what the baseline rhythms are, what the baseline patterns are. That way you have a visual of it as well. But in this video, I'm pretty sure I put both of those two types of visuals. So without further ado, this was my take on what was the difference in between East Coast and West Coast swing from the perspective of a dancer. All right, so if you guys haven't subscribed, please leave a like, share, and comment, and I will see you in the next video.